I mean, it's okay. They're just rolling.
They're rolling.
Audio speed.
Not yet, actually. Camera's speeding.
Camera speed.
Camera rolling. Sound speed.
Thanks everybody for coming. It doesn't really feel real that everyone is like here to listen. It's crazy. You probably all know why you're here. My album came out today, which was really exciting. It also doesn't feel real. And yeah, so we're gonna play the album for you. We have a couple extra songs, and hopefully we fit it in the hour and a half that it's supposed to be in. Otherwise, I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe they'll kick us out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Is everybody ready? Ready? All right.
What was the first seed of inspiration for this album?
So this album was actually written while I was in Cape Town. I was there for 2 years. Me and Matt were working together remotely, and that was also when we were writing the first album, Stop Motion. So in the span of those 2 years, we had written about 30 songs, and this was 2-3 years ago now. And we already knew we're gonna make 2 albums. One's gonna be called Stop Motion, one's gonna be called Freeze Frame, and we're gonna separate them by like a whimsical, fun aspect, which is stop motion, and then a introspective, dark, sort of moody rock. Well, we actually didn't know the sound yet, but we just knew it was gonna be a darker album. Coming into the show, we only had 1 day to practice, and I only met the drummer and the bass player yesterday. So it's like very stressful. So everyone, it was a great band. Like they're all really nice, and I feel like that has like made it a lot easier for me to go into a show like this, having 1 practice. But we did this show last year, and it's just a beautiful place, and so I feel like, with whatever happens, it's just a fun location to perform. Like it's gonna be great.
Again and again, you hit it all, you were on your own, you were all alone, with no friends, and you had no home, you had no life, it was all veneer, it was all a facade, dancing with the devil, hoping there's no God. Your mind is cracked, your thoughts were all disheveled, your eyes were hurting, couldn't see straight or level, staring at the ceiling, trapped by all these feelings. You're beautiful, you deserve to be free. You lost yourself, what does mean?
Blunt is a story of 2 people in a relationship, and the woman realizes that like she is not in a good situation, and basically it's like the story of going from realizing it's not okay to like I need to leave. And that's the story lyrically. The music of that song is always my favorite. My dad actually listened to the demo like a year ago, and it was his favorite song he's ever heard me do. So it's really cool to hear the final version and to know that he would love the song. And yeah, it's just like holds a special place in my heart or whatever. So yeah, we definitely had like a story or what would the word be, like a rock. Like the rock was cold, snow, like everything, freezing, that was kind of the concept of the album, something cold compared to like the warmth of stop motion.
Cold Plunge is probably one of my, if not my favorite song on the record. Got to put a cool guitar line on there. I just really like how that song turned out. I think that it represents the record at large pretty well. So I just think that's one of the heavy hitters.
I had recorded rough demos of all the songs, and so we already kind of had a rough idea of what the music was going to be, but I think you were sort of the main reason it went back to a rock sound, and that's also like my roots, because both my parents, they had me when they were like 40, so they're old. So I listened to like Queen, Fleetwood Mac when I was a kid, like rock music, and so it was really fun for me to go back to that rock sound. and to like sort of like do what I've always done in my career. You know, stop motion was more of like an experiment, and it was fun to like branch out into that sound. But I really liked going back to like just what I was naturally, like how I was brought up.
Cool. And then, is there anything else that you guys like want to say before the show? Anything that you haven't talked about? Any like ideas maybe you talked about before that you want to touch on?
So, driving here from Cincinnati to Woodstock, it's a drive that I've made a lot in my life, just being up here for recording and different music things. I was listening to the record and sort of making notes as to, you know, what lines I could pull from the production, or just sort of, I mean, my mindset for a show like this is, how to bring out the essence of the record live, how to support Ginger in her performance, how to blend in but still be additive, but, also just a decent amount of podcast land too on the way up, You have to equally think about the show that you're performing and not think about it.
I think I would just like to thank everyone for coming and for like buying tickets, and actually, if they came from far away, then driving all the way up here if they came from the city or even farther. I still can't believe to this day that people like will buy a ticket and listen to something that we're doing. It's like one of those things that like you just can't get past as an artist. Like you're just whoa, like that. Like I'm gonna see someone, they're gonna be like that person like bought a ticket. Like they decided to come.
Yeah, you feel like you've tricked somebody.
Yeah, you do. Which is so stupid. But yeah, I'm really excited.
I'm falling and it feels so sweet. I'm sitting inside and holding my breath. I haven't had a moment like this, alone in my thoughts, lost on the rocks. I'm asking you if I should do this or that. Could you give me some direction? I'm over here collecting rocks. I pretend it helps gather my thoughts. I hope to make decisions, but I wish I could float until I fall. I'm coming to a conclusion. I'm bursting at the seams. I'm rushing, but I'm falling and it feels so sweet. Waterfall come through my walls, rushing over my soul. Waterfall, it slowly crawls. How did you get so tall? Waterfall, break down my walls, washing over us all. Take me where I always knew that I needed to go. Falling and it feels so sweet. Wish I could float until I fall, I'm bursting at the seams. I'm rushing, but I'm falling and it feels so sweet.
Aren't you glad you stayed?